What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today I am taking you with me on a drive in this very special Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG, because that is what they were called back then. This is a very special C63 because it is the 507. It is a swan song special edition to say farewell to this generation of C63, and it is magnificent. But that is not the only cool thing about driving this car today. We got an email from Armin, who is the owner of this car, back in November last year, asking us if we wanted to drive his car, because Armin is from Paris in France and he had to be in Antwerp, and he said, well, if I drive a bit further I can meet up with you guys and you can drive my car. So thank you, Armin, for coming. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate driving you guys' cars. It still baffles me that you just give me your keys and say have fun with it. But Armin has been with us for a very long time, since 2010, which is basically when we started 12 years ago. So very cool. Glad that you are still with us, Armin. Today I'm going to show you around his 507 C63 wagon. Combi, however you want to call it, estate. It is a super rare car, and I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a look at the spec, and I just had to get up because my knees were killing me. I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years. I'm getting old as well. And then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, this car is very limited. They didn't limit the production, but it was only produced in 2013 and 14. I don't know which year this is, but I know that Armin bought it in 2016. Now, it is this generation C-Class, C63 in particular. I am just in love with them lately. I've been looking at buying one, but there are a lot of them that are not in great condition, and I think they are very expensive to run, especially with these fuel prices today. So I might just keep driving my E55, which is not that much better. But anyway, the spec, this is obsidian black, suits the car very well, although it does hide a couple of black accents you get on the 507, like the front spoiler lip and the mirrors. But very special on this car is that you get the Black Series bonnet. As you can see, this is the aluminium bonnet from a Black Series. This car fits between the C63 and the Black Series. So the regular C63 had 457 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. The performance package 490, somewhere around that. And then this with 507, and then the Black Series had 517. So that is where this car fits in. And it actually might be the best one to buy, because the Black Series are way too expensive now, and these just are a little bit more special than a regular C63. But I just love this car. I think it looks so handsome. It looks very aggressive. You can see the wide arches there that give the car a very muscular look. It just works. And that bonnet really adds something special, especially because it's from the Black Series, but just also because it just adds some aggression to the front end. Now, we've also got these brakes from the Black Series. So these are better than on the regular C63. 6-piston in the front, 4-piston in the rear, and they are composite brakes, not ceramic composite, but they are lighter and better than the stock brakes from the C63. Perforated, as you can see, and well, braking performance should be a lot better than on the standard car. These 19-inch wheels are also for the 507, forged 19-inch, very nice wheels. And then around that we've got Continental Conti Sport Contact 5P tires. Never heard of it. It's a 235 section tire at the front, so not that wide. Nice 6.3 AMG badge there, although we know that it's a 6.2. Tinted windows, and at the rear, what kind of tires are we working with here? 255? Yeah, 255. Not that wide, actually. These stickers are also for the 507. Very nice. Optionally, this car also has the AMG Performance suspension, which is 20% stiffer than the stock suspension, and the limited slip diff by AMG, also optional for this car, which is a must-have because This car is just a drift monster, and you just need that LSD to control your slides properly. Beautiful classic AMG exhaust there with the 4 tips. Absolutely lovely. Quite understated, this car from the rear, right? It doesn't have any badges. It looks pretty normal, you know, apart from the exhaust. But they sound amazing, these cars. It's just such a special sound. Now let's check out the engine. Because that is, of course, what this car is all about. There it is, the legendary M156 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 with, in this case, as I said, 507 horsepower. So that is 50 horsepower over the stock C63, and it's got 10 more Newton meters at 610. 0 to 100 for the wagon, 4.3 seconds, and for the coupe and the sedan, it's 4.2. Top speed goes to 280 kilometers an hour for the 507. So how did they get that extra power from this engine? Well, we've got forged pistons, a lightweight crankshaft, different con rods, and a different ECU. And that brings the total to 507 and 610. Now, it also saves 3 kilos of rotating mass basically inside your engine. So it also means that the engine just runs a lot better. Yeah, cool. All that stuff, by the way, the pistons, rods and crankshaft are from the SLS AMG. So that is also very cool. And in here, very nice spec. These AMG seats are actually really nice. They are super soft and they have very, very high bolstering. So you are very snug, but still they are comfy. So that is a good combo. Carbon on the dash with an Edition 507 badge there, very nice. Alcantara steering wheel with the 12 o'clock marker, also for the 507. And Armin just told me that you also get these red lines on the dials for the 507. Apparently that is exclusively available on the 507. And we've got another cool thing, the AMG Performance Media, which is an option, and this car has it. So if we wait for the system to start up and then click that button, while that is starting up, I'll show you the Alcantara gear shifter, also for the 507 with the contrast stitching and the Afaltebak logo there, AMG logo. Very cool. 7-speed MCT transmission, so it's an automatic. And then down here we've got the driving modes: Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, Manual, and Race Start for the launch control. But it is a very, very nice car. It's done 58,000 kilometers. Man, it just looks like it's brand new, and it drives like that as well. So AMG Performance Media, as you can see, your temperatures, the power meter, tire pressures, and then at the top of the menu here we've got Race, which gives you access to racetrack, basically info. So a G meter, you can insert a track here, like a race, like a lap timer, I think. And then we've got 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. But they don't really, usually they don't really work, those timers, 0 to 100. We're just going to have this one, the power meter, which looks very cool with the 507 there. Start it up. And this sound, oh, that is a blast from the past. Now, funny thing is, Armin actually watched, the first video Armin watched on our channel was a black C63, he told us, and that was a performance package. And now he's got a black, 6 years after that, he bought a black 507 wagon. I mean, how cool is that? Circle of life, guys. Not sure if that is really what I meant to say, but anyway. All right, so let's take it for a little drive and see what it feels like. We are going to turn off traction control because that is just interrupting all the time, because it's got a lot of power and torque going to those rear wheels, and the tires are not new. So yeah, they do suffer quite a bit on this car. I think you have to change your tires quite often, but I mean, it's just fun. I do think the horsies are here, so I'll just treat them to a little bit of AMG thunder. Didn't startle them, as you could see, because they are our buddies. And you don't have to floor it. It just sounds nice at lower throttle input as well. Oh, frick me, I love this car. I really want one. Crap. Okay, so I'm going to go for race start. Do a launch control. We have to put the ESP in sport, I think. Yeah, race start, pedal up, full throttle. Boom. And yeah, you can feel the ESP traction control managing that power, just nipping and trying to keep you straight. But yeah, it's not mega quick. 4.3, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do that all the time. I think you need like super fresh tires and hot tarmac. Oh, but this V8, just the naturally aspirated character of it, the downshifts, the upshifts, you get this bark on the downshift. Oh, and then a crackle on the upshift, which is just magic. More horsies. Sup, girls? Okay. Here we go. Now the gearbox, of course, is not the quickest. Even when this car came out, it was not really appreciated. I mean, I think Audi already had like a dual clutch, so yeah, this was pretty slow, but not really the point of this car. Oh, it's that throttle response of that naturally aspirated engine that really gets you. That is just, it's such a nice feeling to have that big engine, that 6.2 liter, be so responsive. It's something you don't really expect, basically. Oh man, you've got such an amazing car, man. Never, never, never sell it. And if you do, sell it to us. Oh, and it feels better than I remember. Okay, so speedo cam for the Autobahn, which means I can't really see how fast we're going, but anyway. Now let's find out what it's like. We're just going to keep it in Sport Plus. And well, it does pull really well. You don't have that turbo shove in your back, but you have the amazing feeling of an engine that doesn't really seem to slow down. It just goes, and then it's sort of steady. The rate of acceleration is steady. It's such an amazing feeling. So suspension is pretty stiff, actually. But it picks up really well. It just goes. The sound does disappear a little bit, of course, at higher speeds. Also because you have more tire and wind noise, but just need a little bit more space to see if that limiter really is at 280, which is my goal for today, my scientific goal. Now, of course, we also measured the 100 to 200 kilometers an hour, or at least I did on my way to recording the review, because Martijn is going to record the Autobahn POV when I'm done. So I did do an initial measurement of 8.9 seconds. If, however, the car was faster with Martijn behind the wheel, you will see that in the list right now. But 8.9 is already very, very quick, and it is also much quicker than that safety car C63 we had. But this feels and seems like a very, very healthy C63, and of course you've got some extra power, but it also just feels super healthy, this one. It just amazes me how fast this car still is. I mean, that 8.9 100 to 200 is actually very close to a couple of 2019 C63 S's we measured. So the new generation with the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo with 510 horsepower and even more torque. This is not that much slower at 8.9. I think we had one at like 8.7, a wagon, a C63 S wagon. So this is really performing very, very well. Now I'm just going to keep going until we hit the border to see if we can hit that 280 limit. So I do believe that this is the limiter. Yeah, it's not going any faster than that. So, science has been done today. Good job, Max. So that is the limit. I think it was like 287, something like that. But man, what an amazing car. I had so much fun in this, and I want one. I really, really, really want one. I love old AMGs. It is getting a bit of an addiction for me, I have to admit. I am in love with the old AMGs. I don't know why, but I just seem to appreciate them so much more now. I always loved them, of course, but now, especially with the new AMG C63 coming with the hybrid and the 4-cylinder, of course, it just puts everything into perspective, and I just start appreciating them more and more and more. And they just drive really well. It's just a very nice driving car that is fast, it sounds good, it looks amazing, and I love it. So Armin, thank you so much for taking it to us. I really, really appreciate it. It is awesome to me that you guys trust me with your cars time after time, and I have so much fun with them. So thanks to you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did and you want to check out another video, click this one or check out this playlist of reviews. You can also subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle, of course. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.